Hey there guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Hopefully you're doing good. Today I'll be doing quickly a review on a fragrance which I think will be in interest for many people because this is an affordable version of a very interesting and expensive niche fragrance. Okay, if you know Initio Parfums, there's this fragrance called, I think, Side Effect. Is it? Yeah, Side Effect. And there's another fragrance I also love called Rehab. So that one is another fragrance I reviewed. These two I reviewed, and I think uh, the some of the other ones, Oud, uh, for Greatness, those fragrances. So I review some of the other clones, but this is the first time I'm reviewing Side Effects clone from Fragrance World. And I did buy this bottle like a partial from one brother, about 65 ml out of 80. I don't have the box, but I'll let you know how I like what I got out of it and how long it lasted, if it's worth it, prices and all that. And I do apologize in the beginning. I'm like really suffering with this throat infection. Like I am like getting all better, but this thing, that cold or the thing, is just stuck in the chest. So I keep pausing the video. In other video I did the same. I do apologize. So let's look at this. This is called Purple Effect. It's EDP concentration, 80 ml bottle. I'll try to find a bottle box picture. If I can find it, I will put it next to this review or on the as a thumbnail. So prices on these were not very expensive. I think under 25, 22, like this, not more than 25 bucks. So these are affordable clone houses. Fragrance World, I reviewed a few, and they make some decent ones. But my favorite house is Latafa. I'll let you know that always. So let's look at the bottle. It does look reminiscent of the original bottle, but these things are just not as posh, maybe like the Initio. But I like it, for the price. There's no complaint. This is amethyst color. I don't know what you call purple color, and then sticker side like that. If you put LED, then you'll see from in a dark room, you'll see the other side. If you how much juice you're left with, and the cap, it's pretty okay. Snug fit. It not snug fit, it clicks, but the cap, it's not very heavy. It's plastic, kind of not very heavy, and atomizer is good. Okay, good atomizer, good distribution. So yeah, I caught some on my hand, and many of you asked me how's this compared to the original, if it's worth it or the original is. So I'll tell you, the original Side Effect, many people love that, and I know Initio perhaps is a brother concern, sister concern of Parfum de Marly, or they're related somehow, right? They both are niche houses, and some of the fragrances are similar to PDMs. So this one, the original one, Side Effect, had rum, vanilla, tobacco, and I think cinnamon. Very sweet, boozy perfume, winter fragrance, very, very long lasting. I think even I was talking about the other one, Rehab. I like the Rehab one more. Rehab people compared with Spice Bomb, I think. This one gets compared to perhaps, I don't know, what's that fragrance? Harriet. Yeah, I think something like Harriet, but I'm not sure. Like back in the days, I got the similarity. Let me see. Um, Not Harriet. Sorry, my bad. Uh, Maybe one of the fragrances, I just don't remember at this point, but in Fragrantica it's showing this is similar to the side effect, similar to the fragrance called Think the One Luminous Night by Dolce & Gabbana. So I reviewed that, check that out. That one is really solid. So compared to that, this thing, when I smell it, let's talk about Season. Season is definitely just like Side Effect. You can enjoy this 100% in winter, but for summer I think it's a bit heavy. When I wore it, I stayed inside, but it was all AC and all. But when you go outside, this thing becomes kind of like a bit too much. So I would not be advising you to wear this in hotter months. Definitely cooler months setup. If it's unisex, yeah, you can say that. Like Side Effect has a little bit of unisex vibe, but this is more this particular clone. This one feels a little bit um, on masculine side, a little bit synthetic, not little, a lot synthetic compared to my memory, as per memory serves. The Side Effect had a lot more smoother vibe, a lot more richer notes, smells so much more better quality. But is the quality much lesser compared to the price ratio? If you talk about the price ratio, then it changes a little bit, okay? Because $20 versus initial Side Effect, I think goes for 250, around 250 to $60 if you can get a good deal. So you can get multiple bottles of this stuff compared to Side Effect, okay? One thing. Another thing is longevity. Many people said, how's this one for longevity? Longevity is solid. This thing lasted on me at first, I thought 5 6 hours. Then like late night, I applied it someone afternoon. That same night I tried to sniff. I'm like, hey, let's just try for fun. So I sniffed my hand. I used it here just like I always test, and there was this faint dry down which I could smell. It was not very pleasant. It was like more like a leather wore off, like a leather that got washed by soap and all that. So the very first dry down, it's there. So I can tell you it's like 7 to 8 hours, in indoors. So winter time, I think you can get the 7 8 hours. It's a pretty good deal, but I'm not saying everybody will get it. Test it. If you can get a sample, if someone's selling it, spray it on your skin, see how it works. I think in winter time this stuff will definitely do 5 hours easy plus. So 5 to 6 hours, it's good. uh, Next one, projection. For 2.5 hours this stuff project, I could smell it. I was watching a cricket game, I could smell it all the time. Like at least 2.5 hours it was pushing pretty nicely. After that it goes like halfway. It goes like it's not projecting as much, on the halfway mark. I think you can get easily 2 hours of projection from it. So it's not quite a room filler, but if you go like 5 6 sprays, it will fill up a room and it will be a bit difficult to breathe. So less is more with it. So purple effect, I like the name. And here is the main thing. Okay, compared to side effect, this stuff is nowhere comparable. Okay, I will not lie to you. I mostly like a lot of affordable perfumes which are close, and I would suggest this if you want to get a taste of side effect. I think this is more like a 65 to 75% solid similarity, but this one it's a lot more chemically, a lot more synthetic, and not as enjoyable or as smooth, as sexy as, or as boozy for that matter, like side effect. Okay, but then again, the price ratio, like if most people do not want to afford expensive fragrance like niche house like initio or pdms now, amouages now go for 3 4 500 dollars, man. It's like asking for your kidney. So even if those fragrances are good, I cannot suggest to people go and buy them. Even nowadays I don't suggest designer fragrances, which Bloody Chanel Parfum, right? The criminal is right at the back. This one goes for $200 for $100, like 100 ml. How can I suggest this to people? I would say go with something like Arma Iconic or something blue or something else, not Chanel, because the same fragrance just for so much more money. Um, in that way, I would suggest this. Purple effect, I would suggest it over side effect if budget is a major concern for you. You can get easily very enjoyable experience if you can ignore those synthetic vibes. I'm pretty sure if you've been using clones, this one will not come off as alcoholic or as synthetic. To me, I sniff a lot of fragrances, right? So compared to many designers, this is not that quality. So in the dry down, it gets a little better. In the opening, it's just very, very challenging. So I would say not a blind by word the fragrance. So ultimately, is this better than side effect? Absolutely not. This is nowhere near that quality. But if you talk about the price, if you talk about the quality, the juice, if you can get, let's say somehow like 180 $200 at that price point, yeah, side effect would be a good buy. But for 20 something dollars, 1/10 of the price, if you're a practical person, you should try this. Okay, this is, even though 60 70%, it's a very enjoyable perfume, but in winter. So I would still test run this in the winter. I'll let you know, maybe in an update video. But so far, purple effect, it's a good fragrance on its own. For the price range, I would not complain. Okay, if you complain, hey bro, I paid $20, I did not get niche quality, and you are just plain ungrateful at that point, right? You can try many other fragrances which do better than this, like Rasasi Daraj is a good fragrance, better quality than this, but not everything is of same quality, right? So I'll just let you know what I feel. So for me, this fragrance, I'll give it 7 out of 10, out of respect, out of the price point and longevity, but it's not the best clone so far of side effect. And you can try something like designer side, maybe if you look for something boozy, I don't know, maybe Bulgari's Man in Black, better fragrance than this, more spicy, more tobacco. But this one is missing that boozy, like richness, which is why I'm not giving it like 8 9. Otherwise, it's a good fragrance, not bad, but it's just not one of the best that I sniffed. So 7 out of 10 for Purple Effect by Fragrance World. Check it out, give it a try. Maybe you like it more than me or less than me, and do let others know if you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye bye.